Hello, everyone. Hello, gamer. Just waiting for people to jump in. Rody Gal, Carolina Moon. Just waiting for other people to jump in. Can you guys hear me clear? Rogue Knox, DJ Rogue Knox. Just waiting for everybody to jump in. I got a few people. I got somebody that's going to be coming up, and we're going to be talking about addiction, alcohol, and drug addiction. Vanessa A. Just waiting for Sassy to get in. So how's everybody doing today? Hey, Vanessa, or one of you guys want to drop a link to let Sassy know in chat that we are live? Went and picked up a computer chair today so I don't sit uncomfortable, because I have been for the past 2 weeks sitting in front of this computer. So I picked up a computer chair today, and it's a lot more comfortable. I will tell you that. Just waiting for more people to get in. Alma Carrera, what's going on, young lady? Are you having a wonderful evening so far? So you're working. Quinny. Hello, everyone. I'm just waiting for one specific person to jump in the chat. Has anybody heard from Sassy? Just asking. I hope everybody's having a good evening. Okay, you did? Thank you. Just trying to get this going. So we're going to be talking about alcohol and drug addiction. Me being a recovered alcoholic, you know, one thing I've always learned, and I learned it during AA and NA and all these places, is that they tell you once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. It's whether you choose to drink or not to drink. It's what I always get told, and I'm like, well, I know it's genetic. It's in your genes. Oh, that'll be tough. I'm sorry to hear that, Queenie. So you've been lurking in the background, young lady? I'm going to start doing reactions too to music about mental health. It's hard. It's hard to get people apart to want to talk about their personal life, even on YouTube. It's difficult because they're afraid to, in my opinion, I could be wrong, that somebody might judge them, which I don't think anybody should be judged on what they've gone through or even what they're going through because no one's perfect. So, what did you decide to do, Alma? Get a therapist? Go see a therapist? There's nothing wrong with that if that's what you decided to do. Oh, yeah. So, what did you decide to do, Alma? You're taking action? Re- so, are you removing certain people from your life that is causing you problems? Yeah, I'll drop the link. I have a little while. Sweet and Sleuthy's in the house. Hello. There's the link, Alma. I just posted it. You are much obliged to come up and talk. Is the link working, Alma? Has anybody heard of a rap artist by the name of Dax? All right, do you want to stay on cam, Alma, or do you want to turn your camera off? Okay, she's going to be on camera. All right. You're muted.
Oops. Hi.
How you doing, Alma? How you doing, beautiful
I'm
lady?
doing wonderful, thank you. It's like I'm melting here. It's too hot. So the reason that I said that I decided to do something uh, about my mental health today is I've been very, very sick and tired of seeing all these cases of women discarding children like they're the next day garbage.
I agree.
Um, and it's been bothering me, and it's like I've been having a headache, and sometimes I feel like I cannot take it anymore. And I became very upset with myself because I've been the type of a person that I've been complaining, I've been saying, but I haven't done anything about it.
Well, Alma,
So
there's not a lot of things we can do at the moment except talk to these people, talk to the younger generation.
but you know, I know that. Sorry, I don't know my Bluetooth. I'm so stupid. Sorry. I know that maybe one person cannot do anything or very
It's a
little.
community.
It's a community, yes. So one of the things that I decided is I actually posted today in Discord, Brit's channel, um, that I'm gonna need help from people because I'm gonna try to draft. Right now, first of all, I started to do some digging about laws of child protection, and I started to find like different links and things. So I'm gonna start like trying to uh, get a little bit of knowledge of what laws are available right now, and I want to draft a letter. I want to draft something. I want to send it to the congressman. I want to send it to the president if it's possible. I want to share it. I want to talk in different YouTube channels or whatever, whoever can hear me, whoever wants to hear me and help me out. Because we have to, we have to make a difference. We have to stop complaining and do something about it.
I
We
agree.
have to, we have to call our congressmen. We have to push our mayors. We have to push all these people that are in charge. We put them there. They're there because we put them there. So it's time for us to um, make them work.
I
So
agree.
that's one of the things created right today. Just a separate email from my personal email to
Do you
try
do
to get
you
ideas of what
so
we can do.
so Alma, I'll give you a few ideas. Reach out to your local legislator.
Yeah,
Every 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 state you have local legislators in your state, and if you reach out to one of them, they can guide you on how to go about drafting a bill. And then
yeah,
once you get the bill drafted, this from what I know from seeing other people get bills drafted, you got to take it around and get it signed, petition, get signatures, mass signatures. Okay, if I'm correct, I could be wrong. but from somebody I know that got a bill passed here in New Hampshire, that's what they did. And then they were able to speak on the floor.
Yeah, it's because I'm tired of complaining. I don't want to complain anymore. It's time that somebody has to step up and take action, it's like your community, all your listeners, all your followers, yours, Britney's, and all these people that we listen in YouTube, friends. Uh, if we all join, if we all get together, because these children are the future of this country. And if we don't take care of the future of this country, where are we going to end up in a few years? I wasn't born here in this country. I was born in Guatemala, but I love this country because this is my home. So I have to do something about it, and I don't want to be. I feel like if I don't say anything about what is going on, I'm part of the problem, because it's like when you see an accident outside, you see that people were hurt, and the police come and they ask you who witnessed the accident, and you don't say anything. It's just because I don't want to have a headache of being called to court or being a witness. I cannot do that anymore. I'm tired of it.
That's understandable. Too many people are worried about getting the film than they are worried about helping the people.
Because it's like we all say, "Oh my God, it's terrible what they're doing to children. It's horrible. These mothers are monsters." But what are we doing about it? I know that one person doesn't do anything. It cannot. It can do very little. But if we all united, if we all of us that get sick of listening to all these cases, if we get united and we put our heads together, we can do something. No? I'm sorry.
It takes one voice to start the conversation. It takes one voice to start the conversation. Once that one voice gets heard, it travels.
It's really to a point. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm like being delusional or something. Maybe passionate or delusional. I don't know. But I even thought about doing my own channel and talk about these things, because it's like we talk about the cases and we talk about the cases, but are we finding solutions for those? It's like, are we finding solutions to stop what's going on, so there are no more cases like that? I'm just getting sick of it. I don't even. I guess I don't want to be. I want to make a difference.
And what state do you live in?
LA, in California.
In California?
Yeah.
I will do some research for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
In California. And then I will reach out to you and I'll give you a call. All right, Alma?
Okay.
Because you want to get a bill passed.
I want.
If anything, the bill that needs to be passed nationwide. It don't need to be passed locally. It needs to be passed nationwide.
Yeah.
That's the bill that you want to go for. But it might help to start local and get people in your community part of it, and then go from there.
I was planning. I was planning to write something, put my ideas together, and put them in a paper, and call the governor, call Newsom, and tell him, okay, I voted for you for all these times that you're being sitting here in office. Now do the work, do something about it, because it's something has to happen. And like you said, we have to start even if it's with just every area has like a representative. I don't remember how they call them. Even if we start with that, we have to make them do the work. They have to make new. And I'm so sorry, Eddie. That I know that this is not this is not about the mental health issues uh, that you've been talking about. But
Alma, you remember the little kid that was thrown in the trash, right?
yes,
And the child was found alive, right?
yes,
Now, when you said it's not about mental health, it is, because when that child gets older, okay, and that child asks, "Where's my parents?" Are they going to lie to him and say they passed away? Or are they going to be honest with them and say, no, they threw you away like garbage? Okay. It is definitely about mental health, because when you're growing up, when I was a kid growing up, I wanted to know about my dad. I knew nothing about my dad. So I took a toll on my body mentally and physically, because I was trying to figure out why I wasn't wanted by my father. Okay. So as you're growing up, you're going to wonder why your family didn't want you.
no, and I totally get what you're saying, because that's actually one of the issues that my younger son has, because he pretty much was neglected by his father. And I'm so sorry. I'm drying my face because this is
It's
like
hot.
the inferno. It is so hot. I think it's more than 100 right now. Um, and I know exactly how you feel, because I seen that in my son, and that is one of the reasons that he tried to commit the unalive himself. Um, and I know how difficult it is. So that's why, uh, that's why I want to do something that is going to maybe inspire in a way, my son, so he can see that there's issues that I know how. I don't want to sound like I don't understand his pain. I do understand it, and I don't want to tell him how he feel. But maybe if he sees that there's people that are so helpless that they have not one person that care for them, um, and maybe going through what he went through, it will inspire to help me out, and try to help other people. So and like I said, I really don't want to sound like I don't understand, because I if somebody has suffered next to my son, it's me. Um, because I know the pain that he has gone through, and I know that he didn't ask to come to this world. And for him to, when he, and I'm sorry, and now I went to another subject, but I think it's related. Um, when I always try to teach my children that they have to respect. It doesn't matter how people treat you; that you always have to respect. Um, because it's not about the person; it's about you. Um, and when my son told me that he felt like his father was worse than an animal, because animals take care of their babies, and his dad didn't. It's very hurtful. It hurts to know the pain that he has gone through. So
And I understand his pain. I've lived this pain, so I can understand.
yeah, I know. So so I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm saying, maybe if he sees that I take action on something, because he admires me. It's not because I'm his mom, but they are, both of my children admire me, because when I graduated, I went to adult school to to get my high school diploma, because when I came here I was 16 by myself. At 17, I had my first child, and I didn't graduate from high school. But as an adult, when I was single, a single parent, I wanted to give them a good example, and so I went back to school and I graduated. And the first thing that my older son said, "Oh, mom, now you're making me graduate from high school just because you did it." So and I know that wherever I give them an example of doing something, they will follow. So hopefully I'm gonna talk to them as well and see if they can help me out, come up with something. And because I have no clue about laws, I'm just gonna try to read as much as possible because I really want to. I'm very passionate about this right now, and I want to do something about it. So hopefully, by the time I have everything redacted, maybe we can share it in your panel.
That's fine.
And also, I'm going to post in Discord the email address that I created, and if anybody has any questions or anybody wants to like uh, give me like some advices or something that like what we can do to maybe you can always email me.
Yeah, we're friends on Discord.
Yeah. So that's why I wanted to comment. That's what I wanted to share. That's what I'm doing. I'm taking action about because I've been feeling horrible. It's like the last news that I read of this woman in Alabama that she put the poor baby in a trash compactor in a duffel bag and then she put it in the trash compactor. Uh, it was like enough for me. Not anymore. I something has to be done, and I hope that God gives me enlighten my brain and give me wisdom to come up with something that is going to start something. Hello.
I don't understand like how you can do something heinous to a child and get out on bail. I don't understand that.
I don't know. I don't either. And and I think one of the things that it really upsets me is that these things happen in states that they have the save haven law, I think it is, where you can put the baby in any church or hospital or fire station and no questions asked.
But they rather throw them away.
They rather throw them away and okay, if you're going to throw them away, as long as they're alive and somebody can find them, fine, whatever, leave them in a doorstep of somebody, but don't just throw them in the garbage like it's so easy to get rid of. I don't understand it. I just don't understand.
A lot of us don't understand it.
Yeah. So, Eddie, I am so sorry. I have to jump out because I just told my boss that I was going to take a call because I'm still at work. But
All right.
thank you so much. And I'm sorry that I jump into a different
It's okay.
subject. But I really, like I said, I'm
family.
going to need everybody's help to come up with something.
Okay. We all got you.
Thank you, Eddie, for having me. Bye, everybody.
Bye, Alma.
Stay safe.
Always.
Love you all. Bye.
So I think Alma has a good idea. It's going to take a lot of groundwork. Anything else anybody want to talk about? I was supposed to have a guest come up this evening. I wish it would have been like stressful, 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 very stressful. You know how when you make plans and things don't fall through and it just stresses you out? Yeah, that's what's going on here. Oh, sorry. I was getting stressed out. I'm over here. Hands are clammy. I'm sweating profusely. Sassy made it. All right, I'm going to drop the link. Paste. I dropped the link. No, you're not too late. I posted the link in chat. It works. My stream only started 30 minutes ago. How's everybody else doing this evening? Okay. I'll bring you up. Hello. You're muted.
Yeah, hang on. He's here. Hold up.
Okay.
All right. He can hear you. All I gotta do is talk.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm doing just fine. How about you?
Doing all right. So your mom was telling me you're 14 months sober.
Yes, sir.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I
It's,
understand the struggle.
Yeah, it's still an everyday struggle.
Oh, it will be.
Yeah, it's something, I've been doing it for going on, I think 4 years. And, I come from a very, small town here in Tennessee, and, it's a vortex of, people going in and out of jail, people, just, cops profiling. I mean, the list goes on and on. I mean, it's a small town with, we don't even have a McDonald's there. Um, we tried to get a Sonic and it was, no good. But no, it's just a vortex, and I'm up here in Clarksville now, and I'm making better of myself. And I'm not gonna tell you that I'm gonna be able to. I still have my moments from, man, I just want to, escape, because that's what it was for me. Is it was a way to, escape. Most people think it was a way of coping. It wasn't. It was,
Reality.
yeah, right. And I recently had a conversation with a guy, um, who was, on it as well, and a point that most people don't think about is that they think it changes you. It doesn't. And what I mean by that is, for instance, he would always, go out and get people flowers. And he would go and talk with these people, and, just be around a guy, but they found out that he was using, and, they treated him different. And that's something I'm kind of like wanting to just today make aware of, is that everybody has struggles in life that sometimes they won't be able to feel like they can overcome.
You're still the same person.
Still the same person regardless.
So what made you do it originally?
It's kind of funny. So, when it was first presented to me, I treated it as like a one up in Mario Mushroom. Like I knew that I knew that like with everything, if you smoke weed, if if you have an up period and you have a down period. I knew that, but it was a way for me to kind of like just express myself. If that makes sense.
To escape reality.
Yeah, yeah. You can
Because
say
you
that, but it's
were you going through something difficult and you just couldn't handle it and you wanted to escape?
at that time, no. I mean, at the time, I was working. I had a job. I had my own place. It wasn't something like that. I mean, and even with my parents, I come up from a good upbringing. You know,
Or was it to
anything.
fit in?
Yes and no. Yeah, that kind of makes sense in that way.
Okay, so with me, I was an alcoholic for 15 years, right? It first started because all my friends did it. And then it became an outlet to get away. And then it became a coping because I couldn't handle situations. So I would drink it away, like
Right.
to escape reality. And then it became an issue where I needed it every day. Okay. How I sobered up is I was in between a rock and a hard place, right? So here's a bridge, here's the hospital. Which route am I taking? That was 12 years ago. I'm still here. So have I had relapses since then? Yes. Okay. Did I put myself back into the hospital? Did I let it get too far? No. The one relapse I had, I put myself back into the hospital. I wasn't going on a 1 week binge or anything like that. I put myself back into the hospital because I knew that if I didn't get help, I wasn't going to get help. I was going to go back to the old me. And that was something I did not want to be. My grandmother for years said, Eddie, you need to quit drinking. You're an alcoholic just like your grandfather and your father and your great grandfather. You need to stop drinking. You need to break the cycle. I quit drinking 12 years ago. I was 30. And the thing is, the first 3 years was the hardest 3 years of my life of sobriety. Okay. I went to an AA meeting and I had a sponsor that I caught drinking. Then I quit going to AA meetings. What I did is I eliminated the people around me that I knew were a bad influence. So what I did is, because of how easily alcohol was accessible to me, for the first 2 years of my life, I didn't go to a convenience store or a grocery store. I had other people do it for me. That worked for me. For other people, it might work differently. But then in that third year, I became addicted to Mountain Dew. All right. I became addicted to Mountain Dew. And that was bad. So now I drink water and coffee. But I used, so there's a video on here called My Story. If you get a chance, listen to it. And you'll understand why I was an alcoholic for so many years. Because it took until I was 30 to talk about my childhood, my upbringing, to put it all out there on the table, to tell somebody. Do I get emotional sometimes when I talk about my story? Yes. But will I keep sharing my story? Yes, because somebody else might have gone through a similar situation and might be dealing with a similar trauma. Okay. Don't be afraid. Okay. So everybody takes. I started smoking cigarettes to fit in, to feel accepted. I started drinking to fit in, to feel accepted. I smoked weed to fit in, to feel accepted. Sometimes that usually happens. You do something because you want to fit in with everybody else. It's called peer pressure. Okay. You just want to fit in. Now I'm an outcast. I don't care. I wear fake jewelry. I dress, I go shopping in the clearance aisle. I don't care about materialistic crap because it's replaceable. Okay. I don't, I live a normal life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not out here. I don't care what vehicle I drive as long as it gets me from point A to point B. Okay. It's, I used to be very materialistic. I used to be about everything. I need this. I need to fit in here. I need to be there. I need to feel wanted. I need to feel accepted. Yes, that was why I went the route I went. And I realized that's not me. I'm being somebody that I'm not. I need to be me. And if people can't accept me for me, then they can't accept me. Whatever, move on. You know. But your situation was probably different. You come from both parents, right?
Right.
Okay. So it this is the show people watching this video that anybody can become anything, good or bad, even if they come from a single family home or a two-parent home. It's all on that individual
Yes.
It doesn't discriminate.
Yeah. That's that
and the
really speaks to me.
support of the family.
Right. Because that really speaks to me because I knew a guy and he was in a similar situation. His parents weren't there, but he had the opportunity to count at the time.
I can't hear you. Your mic. Your mic.
What?
All right, that's better.
All right.
Oh, you're hammed up.
What?
Okay.
That's probably the ones.
Okay.
Um. So, but he had the opportunity, to be better and better, but he just constantly knew that, you know, and it was still thankfully drugs was able to, he was able to fix it. He was able to, oh, that's not the case. That's not the case in most people. He did, now he's in jail for 6 years. And
So what so with you, when you started doing it, what I don't care about how it made you feel because we all know what it does to the person. Okay.
right.
What brought you to the point where you said I've had enough and I need help?
Um, when I was doing it just to, and I remember one day I was smoking some of it, and it wasn't. It's like, what's the point? It felt useless to me. It felt like it was just an anchor, if that makes sense. It was no
How
longer.
was your life going? Like where were
Um,
you at in life?
let's see. I was on my own. I had somewhat of a good support system. I wasn't living with mom or dad, and I was just about the point of rock bottom, and I kept trying to keep progressing, trying to move on from there. And then I finally just said, look, it, that's what it is. That's I knew right then the light bulb turned on. And I knew that's what the case was. And then once I stopped, and it was a rough stop, but once I stopped, I was able to go. Hmm, now I can start to easily progress myself because, like, it's like my mom said, you have to take every day one day at a time. And when I was on it, I would do multiple things, trying to be, trying to compensate, trying to be the best person I can be, and which you can't. You can't allow that to do it. You have to take it one day at a time.
You don't drink, do you?
No,
Good.
I have.
Don't.
I was never. The last drink I had was like July of 2019, and yeah, I never been. That's never liked the way it made me feel.
Well, good, because that's a gateway. Marijuana is not a gateway, but alcohol is.
Okay, so and that's a question or excuse me, a statement I've heard a lot is that a gateway. And when I say gateway, um, a gateway can lead to many outcomes, many possibilities. But what would you why do you say that alcohol is a gateway in marijuana? Is it?
Okay, because it's what is related in alcohol. Okay. Um, so if you have a history of there's certain words I have to be careful on saying because of YouTube. Okay.
Right.
So I'm trying to figure out the word. So there's something within alcohol, right?
Hmm.
That is the gateway to other things. And the reason why I say this is because my brother was a recovered addict, okay? And he kept drinking. And I told him that you need to stop drinking because you're going to go back to where you don't want to be. What ended up happening because of the drinking? Hello, April. How you doing? Because of the drinking, he went back to what he did before. His choice of getting high. Okay.
Right.
The thing is understanding addiction. I've been to NA, I've been to AA. I'm not an expert when it comes to addiction. You know what I'm saying? It's just that I've gone through it. I've lived through it. So I can share the knowledge I have with alcohol addiction. Okay. Um, because I went through it. But I can't share the aspect of the other addiction.
Right.
Okay. The drug addiction. Okay. Just gonna say, but we can't say the names.
Right.
Um, see, I know a lot of people who become an addict because of history, past history with depression and mental illness and stuff like that. And then others become an addict either to alcohol or drugs because of atmosphere, the people they're surrounded by.
Right.
Okay. What I had to do in order to stop drinking is eliminate people that drank around me. And these were friends I had for years that were really good friends. But the thing is I wasn't going to expect them to change their way of life for me.
Right. The only person you can change is yourself.
Correct. All right. So I quit, like I said, I quit drinking 12 years ago. You know, do I have temptations? Yeah, everybody does. Who doesn't? It's how you react to those temptations. You can follow down that path, or you can say, nope, not today, Satan. You know what I'm saying? Or
Hmm.
whoever else, okay? You want to say not today to uh, whoever. But how did your family feel when they saw the path you were going?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I can't blame them for the way that they treated. I mean, they didn't at first. They didn't know how to respond to it. You know, they. I mean, it's a little bit of hopeless. You know, they're and I mean, which they responded with anger. I mean, anger, sadness. I mean, the list goes on and on. But I kind of like seeing that in hindsight. It's like my dad always told me some major things in life. He said there's three rules that you can go by in life and pretty much get through it. Okay, just don't lie, cheat, or steal. And another one is that, it's us four. Family comes first. Because regardless of what, you're going through, anything from, as you said, alcohol to depression, whatever, that's a good, strong root in getting better. It's family.
which is understandable because your family, your mom and your dad are the ones that were there for you your whole life, and they're seeing you go down a dark path, and they can't do nothing to help you
Right.
because you got to want to help yourself. They can't force you to do something you're not ready to do.
Right.
Which is understandable. And my brother is, I love him to death, man. And, he's doing good now. And, he's down south. He's working. He's got a really good job. He left people. He left what he was surrounded by and went somewhere else.
Right. Okay, so I have one question for you. Is right now, um, given my sobriety, what would be something right now that I can continuously do every day that would help me where not where I know to stay away, but to help with like urges and stuff.
Okay, what are you passionate about? Music, art,
Oh,
vehicles?
I'm a piano player.
Okay, there you go. When you feel that urge, get behind the piano. Put your emotions into it. Even if you play something aggressive and you just tearing up the keys, you know what I'm saying? Going to town. Figure out an outlet that you're not used to doing. Figure out an outlet. Find a hobby that you've never done before. What are you good at other than piano?
Um, I'm good at working outside. I'm good at outdoor stuff. I mean, there's
You ever gone to the
I don't
gym?
I've been thinking about that too.
There's another outlet.
Yeah. The only problem with that one, I gotta have somebody there to motivate me because in a funny way, I don't want to like just sit there and grunt with myself. I'd rather grunt with somebody else. You know what I mean?
Well, you got to go to that gym to find somebody to work out with you.
That's true.
That's how you meet gym buddies. Buddies is gym buddies. They also have, like April said, you always need to replace the addiction with something else productive and enjoyable. Okay, and that's what I was saying. Something like a hobby, something you enjoy doing. It could be something you've never done before, like woodworking.
That's another one. Yeah.
Okay, like that chair you're sitting in. Go out into a garage, get some hand tools or whatever, and start building something. It'll take your mind off of it. Like, um, even though I'm sitting here talking about the whole drinking and stuff like that, I don't have the urge for it no more. But you're still a baby when it comes to recovery.
Right.
You're still a baby, and I'm surprised you chose to come up here as young as it is in your recovery to talk about it. People think, 14 months, 15 months is a long. No, it's not a lot. It's less than a year. Well, a little over a year. Not even 2 years yet. Okay. just over a year. So you're still a baby in recovery. Yeah, you only did it for 4 years, but that 4 years, you lost a lot of you.
Yeah.
You in those 4 years, you took a part of you and ditched it, and you'll never get that 4 years back. Okay, so now your first day in sobriety is your first day of the new life. Okay, when you put whatever you were doing down and walked away from it, yeah, it was the recovery part, getting sober first, painful. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's always. Is the first week the toughest week of sobriety? Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it is the hardest week. It's the most miserable week of your life. Okay, that's with that's with alcohol, and that week was the toughest week of my life. Okay, like I will tell you this: if you're looking for somebody to train with you, there's always a personal trainer that you can look into getting, and they can train with you. Or you find somebody going to the gym, and you start talking to people as you're working out, and you get on a schedule. You know what I'm saying? And as long as you keep going, you keep working out, you'll eventually meet somebody, a gym buddy. They call them gym buddies. And then eventually you become friends outside of the gym.
Right. Right.
So what I would suggest you doing is, and it's just an idea because, everybody does different things, is get into a hobby that you would be proud of. Like you say you do construction, right? You've done construction, right?
Mm-hmm.
You still do that.
Now that right now I'm not back into it, but I used to work at train up in here, Clarksville. I was a gas braiser, and I kind of like want to get back into that because it was an art. I could create my own braises. I could do, I can make it my own.
So are you good at welding?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, I was having a conversation with people, right? And I actually got into an argument with somebody over this. Okay. The worst addiction anybody can have, believe it or not, is, oh Jesus, somebody's car alarm went off and I can hear it. Can you hear it?
Barely.
Okay, good. Jeez Louise. I don't even know whose car that was. But back to what I was saying, okay? I was on the verge of death during my recovery. That's why I spent it in the hospital. The withdrawals were intense. Yes, sweet and sleuthy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Alcohol is such an addictive yet socially acceptable drug. It's crazy. Okay. And it's the most dangerous one at that. Because when you become addicted to it and then you go to get off of it, your body wants to shut down completely.
Yeah.
You don't want to, okay, you don't, you get the shakes and your body become, yeah, I know that feeling with coming off of narcotics. You do get the shakes, cold sweats. Uh, you wake up in a puddle of water when you're sleeping because you sweat so much. You upset stomach, diarrhea. You go through all that, but you're not going to die from the withdrawals. With alcohol, you actually can.
Hmm.
And a lot of people don't know that. They don't know that. Because in some places, you have to serve the person coming down medication to keep them alive. Because their body goes into shock because they don't have blood in their bloodstream. They have alcohol in their bloodstream, believe it or
Right.
not. So, how does it feel? How does it feel? Because you're not the same person you were before you touched it.
Yes.
You're a different person now. So, what does it feel being a different person? Is it? Do you wish you could go back to the old you, or do you
I don't
accept
because,
what happened
oh
and you
yeah,
accept the you are now?
yeah. And I wouldn't change that because if you think about it like this, you know, a tree is constantly growing, changes bark, the leaves fall every year. I know it's not the best analogy, but at the same time, that's kind of the way you have to shed, you have to change and grow because if not, it's you're doomed. Yeah, that's what we do as a species. That's what we do as human beings do is we have to change, grow, move, continue to move forward, or we ultimately, we won't make it. So yes, I'm happy that I can be able to move forward. I still have the things that I had in my life. I could be, under a bridge somewhere, but
Yep.
I still have a roof over my head. I still have the family support, and that's something I'm very grateful for. So
A lot of people don't have that. So, you ever thought of once you have what I would suggest you do, an idea you could do, right? Because you understand the addiction part of, you give yourself another couple of years. You ever thought about being a sponsor? Eventually sponsor somebody.
I have thought about that. I just don't know where I would go and you know how I'd start that process.
So I I'm not a good sponsor. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I looked in wanting to be a sponsor. Yeah. I'm like, just do me. Purge your way in an apartment somewhere for 2 years, you'll sober up, and then for another year become addicted to a soda. Yeah, not me. Not me. Because caffeine's an addiction too. Okay.
Absolutely.
Caffeine's addiction, nicotine's addiction, and e- eating junk food's an addiction. There's so many things you could do that is an addiction. So yeah, my life's been full of addictions, believe it or not. Alcohol, caffeine, and cigarettes. I quit smoking cigarettes. I picked up a vape, and now I'm trying to set it down.
Right.
And it's difficult. I quit. Everything was going good, and then certain stresses in life happened, and I picked it right back up. Now I feel like a failure. I'm gonna try it again. I gave myself a deadline. So
Well, that's
you don't
great
smoke
because
cigarettes, do you?
I do.
That's an addiction. It's hard to quit too.
Mm-hmm.
I did that for 26 years, man.
True.
I don't know how old you are. I'm 42.
I'm
Okay.
29.
All right. So you still got a whole life ahead of you. You still got a whole life ahead of you. So you still have something to offer somebody. or you still have. There's a reason why you're still alive. There's a reason why you're here talking. There's a reason for you to be where you're at and to experience what you experienced. There's a reason. Now just got to figure out what that reason is. That's what you got to figure out. Nobody else can figure out why you're still alive and you didn't die at all.
Right.
I don't know what your drug of choice was. That's not my place to ask. I believe everything you tell me. Okay. I really, talking about it doesn't make it go away. Okay. That's how I feel about things. I don't talk about what you did. I talk about what made you do it and how it affected your life while you did it. And then what made you decide to quit doing it. Those are the things that matter.
Right.
What you did doesn't matter. Okay.
Right. It's part of the change that matters.
Yeah, correct. And what you're doing with your life now
Right.
is what matters. And your mom and dad, your mom seems highly proud of you for quitting.
Yes, she is.
Yes, I know. She bragged about it. Okay.
Yeah.
So you got a huge support system. So, and a lot of people take advantage of it.
They do.
A lot of
They
people.
do. It's sad that, I mean, you see it every day, and it's hard not to let it affect you, but it does. Kind of gives you I still have my moments where I get down and I feel like giving up, but I mean, that's with everybody. Everybody's gonna feel like that. It's natural for us to feel like we have to feel like that at
Yeah.
some point because it makes us know the difference. So
Everything's still good.
yeah,
This weather is doing a number right now on my internet.
yeah, it seems kind of lagging out.
Is that better?
Yeah,
Okay. This internet, it's crazy. It's the hurricane, I bet you, that's the hitting. I don't know. I'm way up north. I don't know why my internet would be lagging. I got I
yeah.
don't have cable internet.
Your screen's getting blotchy and squared. Oh, I can't hear no more. The screen went up. Quit. You don't want to be seen? Yeah, he's not there. It's quit.
Can I get a 5x5? All right, this stream is driving me crazy. I don't know how. See if this works. Okay. All right. I shut some things down, so hopefully that works. I don't understand how StreamYard's saying that I'm having connection issues when my internet is perfect. StreamYard is not doing me justice right now. Oh, Diana. So I talked to my uncle and he's doing fine so far. Sassy, can you hear me? It kicked me out. Then I had to jump back in. This is so I haven't picked up a cigarette since April. But this is worse. And it's a struggle. I don't have much of this juice left. Once I run out, that's it. I'm just going to hoard myself into a bedroom, close the door, and not be bothered for a couple of days. So I could go through the nicotine withdrawal and be like, come out a new man. So it sucks that I couldn't finish the conversation with Sassy Son. That sucks. Because that was a good conversation. A really good conversation. But on that note, yes, Diana. Yes. On that note, I am going to call it a night. We had a good conversation before StreamYard wanted to cause problems and kick me out. I love you guys. I will see you in Brittany's chat. So, hey, if you guys want to join Discord, I'm going to drop the link. So you guys will have the link to Discord. I turned all my TVs off so the internet wasn't running. I got to turn it back on so I could get Discord up and running. Ah, boy. Okay. Copy. Paste. Yeah, Diana, I'm on Discord quite a bit, to be honest. I do my Facebook for certain things. I'm on Twitter for certain things, but it's more Discord. I'm in Discord. Yes. I did create a Patreon. I will have it being pushed here. Here in the next couple of weeks, because there's some things I want to conversate with you guys about, but I can't conversate with it and talk about it here. So, yeah. So I dropped the link for Discord. So you guys are amazing. Dave, one day I'm gonna have to get you up on panel. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome, Diana. Are you on Discord? Because if you are, I can send you an invite. But if not, take the link down, and it's free. That's awesome. Okay. You are on Discord? I'm looking for you right now. Okay, I got you. I see you. All right. Okay. I'll shoot you a message. You don't know, Dave. So I love you guys. I will see you guys on the next video. You guys take care. All things serious out.